Hello friends, welcome to the financial predictions for gold and oil. Today is the 7th of July and let's continue with this chart. So the very first video I published it was around the 3rd or the 4th of July, so we only got one day to really analyze, which was the 4th, and I was expecting a very volatile day. It wasn't really. Not really. Yeah, for gold, it was not really a very volatile day. But I also told you that this week could open with very, very strong volatility. And that's exactly what we saw right now. Today, the 7th of July, very volatile day. Gold goes up. And just like I told you, whenever you see a day, in this case, the 7th of July, shared by opposite energies, that almost always means that it will be a very volatile day. Okay. Not only that, but we also got a yellow box, which also represents volatility, and we got the box covering a range of days from the 7th to the 9th. Now, obviously, not all of these days will be very volatile. Maybe one, at least one. But maybe we can expect another one as well, which, if I were to say, I believe the 9th of July is a very powerful candidate to see another very volatile day. Not only that, this is very interesting because today was a sharp drop across crypto. Basically the entire crypto market goes down today. Okay, so it goes down in a day where gold goes up very, very strongly. Okay, we're talking almost above 1%, something like that. So it is very interesting. I should add these both charts of both realms of finance, both crypto and traditional finance, because I'm starting to see some massive divergence right now today. And that's exactly what I wanted to see when I first published the charts. I told you that one of my objectives is to find and to experiment a different way, different optics regarding traditional finance in relation to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So it's going to be very interesting. We'll see right now in a bit the oil chart, but yeah, the next days are going to be very volatile, especially again the 9 and around the 10 we'll see a range which could happen either on that day or the 11, which will present a very sharp drop for gold. Okay, so we'll have to see if this means that cryptos will go green this day, around these days, because judging by the performance of today, let's just take a very quick look at this. So you can see this is the Bitcoin chart. On my Bitcoin chart, I did not have the 7th of July as a red day, not by any stretch. It was completely green. I was actually expecting a correction, or at the very least, I was expecting Bitcoin to outperform other cryptocurrencies. Now, if we take a look at the other cryptocurrency that I am covering, which is Solana, you'll see that this one did indeed had the 7, at least on some red energies. For example, we see the red right here on the sharing the same day. So, like I just told you, that always means a very high chance of a very volatile day. Not only that, we also saw the day within this red box, which is also by default also within this green box. So whenever you see that as well, it's also opposite energies. This applies to both circles and boxes. So you can see this was the only chart of my crypto predictions that actually showed a warning signal for today, not Bitcoin. And when you go back at gold, you can see right there, it was also very volatile, but interesting divergence right there. Gold goes up, cryptos go down. Interesting. Now let's take a look at oil, and you'll see basically the same performance. Now, just taking a look at oil on the 4th of July, I was expecting a correction. I believe gold was not a correction, kind of a day in range a little bit, but for oil, the price did indeed go down to the lowest position around 1%. And it kind of stayed around 0.50%. So it was a correction, very volatile at the very beginning. And you can see the 7th of July, in the case of oil, was very volatile as well, just like gold going up, okay, around 3%. So again, this was something to be expecting because of this yellow box. Now, this massive yellow circle represents volatility or range. That's what I said in the first video. But I obviously told you that the most important days for this week to follow will be the ones that are contained within the box right here, and the other one, which is the 10. So I believe a correction around the 10 of July will be very present among in oil, and just like that also on gold. Okay, you can see both charts have a warning for the 10 around that date. So another something I have also to mention, I forgot for some reason to add Sundays as market days in the chart. That's why I completely missed the signal. I mean, it's there, it's in my notes, but I have to add them to these charts, both of them, and that will be the very first time that I have to modify a chart where I'm also after publishing live. So you'll have to excuse me for that. But anyways, that's all I have for you. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials, guys, and also follow the other crypto predictions. They are also very interesting to see, especially with this experiment. So having said that, have a good day and take care.